See, we're off to our next tape deck, another RT-1165, which this time you'll get to see the beginning to the end. And yeah, it's this one you'll see has similar problems as the last one, but fortunately not as bad. But it's got, we show a few new tools, well, at least one new tool that we use to help determine the cassette deck is playing correctly. And then also, I've got some more stories coming up, so I'm going to put those throughout these videos coming up, and so stay tuned, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. I want to hear from you, or if you disagree, or if you're saying, hey, there's an easier way to do this, feel free to say, hey dude, this is the way it can be done. So stay tuned.
Okay, this is our new project. It's another RT-1165 by Sharp. It powers up. I have the knobs somewhere. And let's see what's wrong. If I play, look at it. It's going a little crazy there. That's not right. And I think I just unwound the tape. So let's carefully remove that. Yikes. Okay. So it's called eating a tape. Oh boy. Darn, that was a nice tape too. Okay, so let's I might be able to save that by using the old pencil and rewinding trick. Let's see if I don't have to ruin this one. Alright, so fast forward's working. Nice, speed looks good. Rewind is working. So there's a problem playing, and probably with that goes recording. So what we're going to do, I suspect I know what the problem is. We're going to have to take the mechanism out. I think we're going to run into the La Brea tar pits in there again. I think one of the tire or grommets is turned to muck. So we're going to have to open her up and get it cleaned up. So that's what's currently wrong. We'll stay tuned for as we do it to see if we see anything else wrong. So, okay, so here we are again. We have a new Sharp RT-1165, and well, as you saw when it played, it sort of was hungry and ate my tape. So more than likely, it's again, some of the rubber has gone bad. So what we're going to do is, like we did in our first series, is begin to, we're going to take the mechanism out and see what we can see. To do that, we have to just go ahead and pull everything out. There's several, one more somewhere, the red one. Yeah. Okay, actually, I'll follow my own advice here. Hang on. Okay, so first up, power it off and unplug it. Don't work on anything with power. That sort of makes common sense. But just a little warning. The only time you may do that is when you're checking the electronics with a multimeter and things like that. But we'll see about, I don't think we need to do that yet. So we'll start, I took pictures, we're going to pull out, ow, and hurt yourself, some of these pinned ones on this, that's the mic input and the phone output, the headphone output. So there are three there. There's this guy, I think it just pulls up, yeah. And then there's a guy over here. This one has a little clip on it. You need to be careful not to tear it or rip it. So very carefully you can sort of loosen it a bit and it'll come out. It's right here, if you can see. Let's see. A little bit better in here. All right, so those three, and then there's two over here. The only reason I know this is in our first season, or first episodes, I worked on the exact same model. So I put these on and off about 6 times. So that's how I know it. The only way you're going to know is by trial and error, or you know your way around, add to it. Okay. So also to do this, we need to remove, if we're going to take the mechanism out, we need to remove, there's a spring down here that connects, that pushes the playback and record switch, this big long silver switch back and forth. So we need to carefully undo it. And the last time, this thing was very difficult because it had a hook in it that actually you just can't pull it up. You had to sort of push it out. And it's hard to get your hand in here unless you have small hands. So let's see if I can. And you don't want to, okay, you don't want to, takes a little patience. And you can, you know, I found people using dental tools to help with some of the work. Like I have this thing, which is sharp, so you got to be really careful with it. Right, that is not releasing. Let's see. Trying to see how far down it goes in. So let me see if the problem is you can't come from the side because of these switches. So you have to sort of angle in. Okay. Boy, that guy does not want to come out. So I think it's angled like this. So it hooks, and then you have to like move it, push it, and pull it. So let me try to do that and get back. Okay, I actually came at this from a different angle. I went ahead and removed the spring from this instead of removing that one, which I should have done in the first place because it's a lot easier to put the left side on than it is the right. So, okay. So now we've released what I think are all the electronics, wires, and the spring for sure. So now we need to take off the front cover, this guy, the metal. So there are 2 screws underneath. Find my screwdriver. I'll tell you what, oh jeez. Let me find it first. Get you sealed up over here. We're working on these 2 screws, so let me find my screwdriver. Helps to have all your tools handy. I don't have a workbench. Oh, good Lord. I have a dining room table. Wow, that is on there. Oh boy. Okay, this one's being a bit stubborn. So let me see if I have some WD-40 or something. Okay, so a little bit of WD-40, and then I brought in the drill with a bit on it. So we've got that. I don't recommend using power tools, but time and place, right? So, and then there's some tabs up here. Although this one looks like it's dented down. This one over here looks, I think you can tell it's dented. Let's see if you can pull it back up. Oh wait, is there, aha, no, that's the other one. I'm seeing if there's another screw. My goodness, they must have weightlifters do this. Oh, there we go. So pull from the bottom like this. Looks like that worked. Nothing broke, so. Okay, so holding the mechanism in are 3 screws here, here, and one on the back, which I'll show in a minute. Again, the only reason I know that is because the last one I did, I took it apart about 6 times. Same model. So that's one. That's 2. Stubborn, eh? There we go. 2. And then this one, I'll show you. You get right up in the grill here of the camera, but it's this guy here. So I'm going to take you out of the frame here for a second. Go ahead. Oh, actually, that's not it. Almost did it again. That's actually a screw that holds in a solenoid. It's actually this one down here. So, oops, almost did it again. I did it last time. Taking out stuff I don't need to. Again, I don't think anybody's ever been in here because, boy, some of these screws are in here like put in by the Hulk. Okay. All right. So now, okay, I have no idea what that is. All right, so should be loose. Get you back in here. Put the thing down. And let's see. Let's see. Did I forget any? Okay. Yeah, I think I need to cut a few ties. I'm pretty sure. We have our old friend, the counterbelt, which is working. Ooh, man, it feels a little weak though. I think I got that off. Alright. Oh, you know, maybe there is another screw here. Oops, what was that? All right, I'll tell you what, I'll take a look and we'll get the rest of it out. So, yeah. Come on, camera. Autofocus. There we go. Sorry about the light. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so I got to take the bottom. I had to take another screw out here. I'd forgotten I'd done that earlier. And we have to take the bottom off. So you begin your screw collection. I don't have a great way of keeping the screws sorted. But right now, I'm going to put stuff associated with the mechanism. My goodness, there's a lot of... So it's good. Take the bottom off. Take the feet off. And I'll show you what I'm trying to do with the screws. I don't know if this will work. If anybody has any suggestions, what I'm trying to do is put the screws roughly in the order, like make a picture of it, like top screws, boom, 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 bottom screws, mech screws in the middle, and then try to try to keep them somewhat of an order. There may be a better way of doing that. Okay, that's the bottom. Now we have access to the electronics. And while you're under here, take a good look. See if there's any brown spots, black spots, burn spots. It doesn't look, it looks really nice actually. And if you look closely at this, let me see if I can get you a little closer. Come on. Those guys in the technology field got to work on your autofocus stuff, dude. Seriously. Let me see if I can get it. Come on. Anyway, if you take a look at this, you can see the logic of where things happen, like the Dolby circuit. Oh, for gosh sakes. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Come on, there we go. Sorry, you get it to focus, I apologize. Anyway, if you look at the bottom of the board, you can see where some of the logic takes place. You know, record equalization, some switches, Dolby, there's a mixing limiter, whatever that does. And then your record playback switch, that big long one on the other side. So, all right. Well, this isn't going to cooperate, so you can kind of see it. So, there we go. Anyway, let's flip her back. Now we can get the mechanism out. Close the top. Oh, let's get you up here. Get you back up. Okay. So now we're going to take this guy out. Oops. We haven't fully released the counter belt yet. And we just did that. Now just gently kind of, oh, I see why it's not coming out. We're going to have to cut those cable ties. So hang on a second while I find my clippers. You see it's being held down here. Oh, yeah. It's not a tie, it's sort of a bundler. That wasn't like that on the last one. Must have changed that. There we go. Great, almost cut the thing in two. That's not what I wanted to do. So, yeah, just kind of be careful. You can make mistakes like that. It's your stuff, but still. Because you can always get cable ties to replace it, but, you know, it'd be nice to use what's in here. Okay, let's see. Now, we're not going to completely disconnect it because of all the wiring, you know, because I am not good enough to figure it all out. And once we get this guy to where we can look at it, we can try to figure out what's going on. All right, so you can't see it. Turn that back over. And easy now. All right. Once again, my old friend autofocus. Excuse me. So this is a suspected issue. Doesn't look too bad, actually. But I have to check the tire. Come on. Okay. I really have to get that close. You got to be able to see here, dude. It doesn't help if it doesn't focus. Yeah, sometimes it pops right in. Other times it does not. Oh yeah. Oh boy. So. Hold on, I'm going to have to handhold it. Hey there, folks. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on what you see here. We've got more episodes coming real soon. Look forward to hearing from you in the comments below.